The other day somebody sent me a request asking me to do a video about correct camera position for the purpose of video analysis. And before I get into that, let me explain to you something called the parallax effect. See these lines on the ground, this stick here, the target line, the edges of the platform. In reality, these lines are all parallel to one another. But from your point of view, those lines look like they're converging towards the middle. And that's why the same exact swing can look completely different. Even if your camera is just a few inches off, right? So let me demonstrate that. So let's say I get to the top of the swing. Now I'm not going to do anything to my hands or the club. I'm just going to step back a little bit. Now notice that club is now looking like it's across the line. And if I do the opposite, if I step forward, that club now looks like it's laid off. So how do we make sure that we are shooting from the correct position? I would suggest the first thing you do is get a stick or a club and lay it down on the ground in front of your feet. Of course, parallel to the target line. So when I set up, that stick is going to be about 2 inches in front of my toes, and it's right under my grip or my hands. Now, from the screen or on the screen, that stick, this stick over here, it should be in the middle of the screen and it should look vertical. What you don't want to do is position the camera behind the ball or on the target line, because when you do that, this stick over here or my stance is going to look like it's pointing to the right of the target. Now, as far as the height is concerned, I like to position the camera in such a way that when I get to parallel, the shaft disappears. You won't even see it on the screen. My hands will be hiding behind the club head. If the camera is too high, even if I make the correct backswing, or if I'm on plane, that club head is going to look like it's under the plane. And conversely, if the camera is too low, right, even if I swing correctly, that club head is going to look like it's above the swing plane. Another problem when it's too low is your swing is always going to look like it's longer than it really is. If your device has an optical zoom and you don't have a problem with space, I'd recommend that you do that. I'd rather be farther away and zoom in, because that's going to make the parallel lines, they're not going to converge as much. They're going to look straighter. So it's going to be more forgiving. Avoid setting up too close and using what we call a wide angle, because even the smallest mistake is going to look distorted. Right? The last thing you want to do is fix something that's not really broken, all because you had the wrong perspective.